Today, I kind of wanted to give you guys a glimpse into my morning routine. This routine is kind of newer for me. I didn't develop it until I was an adult. I was never one for a morning routine. I was never one to get up early in the mornings. I was the person who was getting up and just enough time to get out of bed, get myself dressed and ready, and get myself to work. I never made time for myself in the morning. And then I feel like I was in a place in life where I was just feeling more overwhelmed with being a mom, working full time as a teacher, kids' sports, and all the activities they had going on. I needed something to offer me some peace before I started my day. And that is when I developed this morning routine. The heart of the routine has remained the same. The order changes from time to time, but the things that I do pretty much are a daily occurrence. And I just started in short increments of trying to become a morning person and wake up early enough where I could develop a routine that worked for me. I'm not saying to do exactly what I do, but I'm saying it is important to have some kind of routine for yourself before you start your day, whatever that looks like for you. And this is just what works for me. But I started by getting up 10 minutes early before I had to, and 20 minutes earlier, 30, 40 minutes, until I was able to get myself up an hour before I had to start getting ready. So, and like I said, the things that I do pretty much stay the same each day. The order in which I do things sometimes changes. Sometimes the time does change depending on our schedule, but for the most part, this is how I start my morning. So the first thing I do each morning is I make myself a morning matcha. This is the newest addition to my morning routine. Was never a big matcha fan or a tea fan, but the many health benefits in matcha made me want to try it out, and the taste is pretty good actually. There's many antioxidants and things that are good for you in here, as well as I feel like for me, it helps give me like a clean form of sustainable energy while I'm going about my morning routine. And it's super simple and quick to make, like under 30 seconds. I have myself a clean form of energy. And as someone who's never been a fan of coffee or the taste of it, I'm loving having this matcha tea each morning. Super simple to make. Just put it on, like I said, I like it cold, sometimes over ice. And then I just drink it while I go about my routine. Yeah, so this is the first part of my routine, is my morning matcha. First, while I'm drinking my matcha, and probably the most important part is me getting into the Bible and reading the Bible. And this is a newer journey for me. I probably just started this maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I have read through the entire Bible, I think 3 times now. So for December, something that I did this year in the morning with, while I'm doing my own routine, as well as with my boys, like after school or before bed, is reading through the book of Luke. Because if you start the book of Luke in the beginning of December, you will have read through all of Jesus' life by the time Christmas comes. So today I'm just going to read a little bit from Luke 18. Today's the 18th, so from Luke 18. I did have highlighted. Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of God. Assuredly I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God as a little child will by no means enter it. So this is just telling us just to have faith. So this is just reminding us to have that childlike faith, wonder, and awe of all things, including God. And have a pure and open heart. As we get older, we tend to let things distract us and tear us away. But this is just a great reminder to have full trust and openness and humility with God. And then another part, So Jesus stood still and commanded the man to be brought to him. And when he had come near, he asked, saying, "What do you want me to do for you?" He said, "Lord, that I may receive my sight." Then Jesus said to him, "Receive your sight. Your faith has made you well." And immediately he received his sight, and following him, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God. So in order for us to have God work in our lives, we need to first ask for the things that we want and the things that we need in different seasons of life. And then we must have faith that God is able to make them happen. And all the miracles that occurred, the one main thing that all the people had was faith. And they were healed. And Jesus says over and over again, your faith has made you well. And then I always, after the Bible, I'll read usually a personal growth book or like a devotional book or something to help me draw closer to God. This one's called The Wellness Revelation. And because I read this before, but I wanted to reread it because for the new year, I'm going to be starting a New Year Healthier You group for becoming healthier in a faith-like way. And using our health journey and our wellness journey and the foods we eat and the things that we drink and put into our body as a way to honor and give praise back to God for the temple that He created us. Our bodies are the temple that the Lord gave us, so we don't want to treat it like a trash can now and just put anything in it. We want to treat it with love and respect and serve our bodies well, to give honor and praise back to God. So I'll be leading a group for that in the new year. And this book gives guidance on how to do that, and some really good Bible verses to use to help us stay steered and our eyes and our focus on Jesus through our wellness journey. So this is what I am reading right now. And I finished my reading part with a journal. I've been journaling for years now, mainly gratitude and things I'm thankful for. I would add other things in from time to time, depending on what season of life I'm in. Sometimes I would have affirmations. For the last few years, I started adding in positive wins from the day before, or just things that I thought were bringing me joy, because I feel like as humans, we tend to focus on negatives and the things that we didn't do. We could have did 50 things in one day, but that one thing we didn't get to is the thing that stands out most in our mind. And I wanted to make that mindset shift to focusing on, wow, look at all the things I did do today. Yeah, maybe I missed that one thing, but look at all that I did do. And so I created this journal. It is for sale on Amazon if you wanted to check it out. And I did so because I wanted a place for me, for one, where all the things that I like to journal about, I can put into one place. And then I also wanted to share and help others to journal in that same kind of way. So the main things that I put in the journal is a daily Bible verse. And I try to write the same one for at least 5 to 7 days to help me remember it better and memorize it. This week's verse was, I urge you in God's mercy to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Romans 12:1. So in the Bible, it does tell us to care for and take care of our bodies. And then I write, there's a gratitude spot, 5 things I'm thankful for. I'll show you the blank page though. So it's the Bible verse, gratitude, 5 things I'm thankful for, usually specific things from the day before. For things that we did, like I cooked a healthy dinner, I went out for a walk, I took our boys out on a hike, we went and got our Christmas tree. Try to think of specific things that I did from the day before. And some days if I get stuck and I really can't think of things, then I more generalize it. Thankful for the sunshine, the food that we eat, the clothes we have to wear, a cozy bed, a comfy couch, heat in the house, things like that. So we can always find something to be grateful for, even if we are in a season that is bringing about challenges or obstacles. If you search for the blessings, even during that time, the blessings will come to you. And then, like I said, because as human nature, we tend to focus on negatives, I have a section for at least 3 positive wins from the day before. Sometimes there's more than 3. And then I set 3 weekly goals or affirmations, depending on what I'm working on. I try to make that specific. Could be like, I go out for a walk 3 times this week. I go to church 2 times in the morning. I read the Bible at night with my boys 4 times this week. And then like after 5 to 7 days, I'll go back and check, did I achieve this? And I rewrite the same goal and affirmation every day for that week. So I don't change it. And then there's just a spot for the thought of the day. Whatever I'm feeling, maybe I want to write about something good to happen. Maybe I want to write about an emotion that I'm feeling for that day. And then the end of the week, end of like 7 days, I believe it's a favorite memory of the week. And then there's some other prompts that like, what's something kind you did for someone? Who's someone you look up to? What is your favorite weekend activity? What do you like to do during the summer? And then there's pages like this that are just more letting your mind think big and dream big and visualize abundant and bigger things that happen in your life. But so that's my main morning book work that I do each and every. I'm not going to bore you and show you with a full workout or my mobility stretching routine that I do, but after I read, I'll do a mobility and then lightweight strength training. Some mornings after that I will go out for a walk, but I really just want to show you that these books and my matcha and getting up and giving myself that time are the heart of my morning routine. So I hope that this encourages you maybe to start a routine that works for you. I know in doing so for me, it does help me to feel more calm and more peace throughout my day. I don't always feel like everything's so rushed or hectic or overwhelmed. I'm able to feel a more sense of calmness when I give myself and devote this time to myself each day, and it is so worth it.